You're standing in line at the grocery store, trying to remember why you came here in the first place. Your phone is in your hand. Your list is open. But your brain, it's buffering. And then it hits. A flush of heat, like you've just stepped into a sauna fully clothed. You're wondering if you're getting sick or if you're just losing it. Spoiler, you're not. Welcome to menopause. Most people think menopause means hot flashes and mood swings. Maybe 3 or 4 symptoms max. If you've Googled it, maybe you've come across that infamous list of 34 symptoms. But here's the thing. There's nothing official about that number. It's not from the Mayo Clinic or WHO. It's just what the internet decided on. And the truth? The number of real symptoms could be double that. And we're not just talking about your ovaries clocking out. We're talking about your entire body staging a silent, slightly dramatic rebellion. So how did we get this list of 34? Why do so many symptoms go ignored? And how the heck are we supposed to deal? Let's get into it. Where did the 34 symptoms come from? So who made the list? Who gathered the sacred scrolls of menopausal misery and decided we'll cap it at 34? Short answer. No one knows for sure. The list likely evolved from early menopause books and forums where women began comparing notes. It's been repeated in articles, support groups, and yes, TikToks, so many times that it became canon. The official 34 include symptoms like hot flashes, night sweats, mood swings, weight gain, vaginal dryness, sleep disturbances, anxiety, thinning hair, memory issues, decreased libido. And honestly, that list is a solid start. But anyone who's lived through perimenopause knows this is just the tip of the iceberg. In fact, if you're keeping score, doctors and researchers have documented over 60 menopause-related symptoms. Some lists go even higher. And the ones that don't make it onto the list, they're often the ones that leave women thinking, is something seriously wrong with me? So let's talk about those. The symptoms nobody warns you about. Ever felt a weird electric shock sensation in your limbs? A buzzing under your skin? A burning tongue that makes your morning coffee taste like punishment? Welcome to the unofficial symptoms club. Women have reported all of the following as menopause related. Burning mouth syndrome, electric shock sensations, tinnitus, ringing in the ears, gum problems, tingling hands and feet, itchy skin, like everywhere, dizziness, digestive issues, allergies getting worse, sudden food intolerances, bladder changes. These symptoms don't get the spotlight, but they're just as real. They show up when estrogen and progesterone drop, throwing everything off from neurotransmitters to gut bacteria to inflammation levels. And the real kicker? Many doctors don't connect the dots either. So women get referred to neurologists, allergists, or told, maybe it's just stress. So why is menopause such a mystery? Even to the people who are supposed to know best? We'll get to that in a sec. Why women aren't taken seriously. Picture this. You go to the doctor and say you feel like a different person. You're exhausted, emotional, maybe a little sweaty, and not in a fun way. Your labs come back normal. Your doctor shrugs. Sounds like anxiety. This scene plays out every single day. Why? Because medical research has historically been done on men. And menopause, it wasn't even systematically studied until the 1990s. That's when the US government mandated that women be included in clinical trials. Before that, many doctors were trained with little to no formal education on menopause. In fact, a 2019 Mayo Clinic study found that only 20% of OBGYN residency programs offered any menopause training. Even now, most of what we know about hormone therapy comes from flawed or outdated studies like the Women's Health Initiative, which caused decades of fear around HRT before being reanalyzed. It's no wonder women feel dismissed. The system was never designed for us. So how do you even begin to figure out what's happening in your body? Let's talk science. The hormone highway. What's actually going on? Menopause is essentially the slow shutdown of a hormonal command center. When estrogen and progesterone drop, they don't just affect reproduction. These hormones influence your brain, hello brain fog and mood swings, bones, osteoporosis risk increases, heart, estrogen helps protect blood vessels, skin, collagen loss, dryness, itchiness, gut, slowed motility and new sensitivities. Even your eyes, ears, and gums have estrogen receptors. It's like your entire body was running on a complex operating system and then someone pulled the plug on half the software. But here's what's wild. Your body is also trying to recalibrate. Other hormones like cortisol, insulin, and DHEA get thrown out of the balance while trying to pick up the slack. This is why menopause feels so different for every woman. Some breeze through with barely a hot flash. Others feel like their bodies have betrayed them. And that unpredictability, it creates doubt. But there's nothing wrong with you. You're just evolving. And evolution, by the way, used to come with a little more support. What can we learn from other cultures? In Japan, menopause is referred to as konenki, which translates loosely to renewal years. There, women report fewer hot flashes and often view the transition as a natural shift, not a medical crisis. In some indigenous communities, menopausal women are considered spiritual leaders. In Ghana, women speak openly about the freedom of no longer menstruating and even wear colors to celebrate. So why is menopause so hush-hush in the West? Part of it comes down to youth culture and invisibility. In a society obsessed with staying young, menopause is often portrayed as something to hide, but that's changing. Books like The Menopause Manifesto by Dr. Jen Gunter and The New Menopause by Dr. Mary Claire Haver are starting to shift that narrative. Podcasts like Hello Menopause and the Dr. Louise Newson podcast are putting honest, helpful conversations at the forefront. And maybe, just maybe, we're finally starting to rewrite the story. You're not broken, you're becoming. If you felt overwhelmed, confused, or even ashamed of what's happening in your body, you are not alone. You are not broken, you are becoming. This is a transition, not a failure. And while the world may have ignored you, your body has not. It's talking to you. With every hot flash, every restless night, every moment of unexpected rage, your body is saying, I'm still here. Pay attention. So let's pay attention. Let's ditch the shame and embrace the science. Let's talk about the symptoms. All of them, not just the convenient ones. Because this isn't the end of your story. It's a powerful, wild, sometimes sweaty new chapter. And you don't have to go through it alone. For more resources, research, and relief, visit Menoverse.io to grab your free Menopause 101 guide. It's packed with expert tools, helpful links, podcast recs, book lists, and a whole lot of love. And if you're watching this and nodding along, stick with us. Menoverse is just getting started.